A clear sky at night, especially at this time of year. No traffic, no noise, no one around. All was quiet. Not a murmur. The stars in the sky shining brightly. Just gazing up, and then that feeling of being overcome with wonder, amazement at such an awesome and wonderful sight. I wonder as I wander. As I look up at the stars, thoughts and feelings take over about life, what it all means, family, friends, the world. Especially at this time of year and the reality of the divine taking on human flesh. The sheer awesomeness of that most wonderful night and the most mysterious star shining so brightly. The stars in the sky cannot but mesmerize you, entice you. The incredible immensity of space with lights speckled everywhere. The creator of all this, God, sent his only Son from somewhere down to earth to become a tiny child. Doesn't it make you wonder how and why Jesus came down to earth? And why from the very beginning, the goal, the whole purpose of his life was to save us. Save us by being nailed as a criminal on a tree for all to mock and jeer. That was the intention. That was God's intention, to die for us, the so-called woman and man on the street, like you and me. Jesus, as God, could have done anything he wanted. A star in the sky, a bird in the air, he could have had it all. All he had to do was say the word and it would have been given to him. Because after all, he was God, the King of the universe. But God didn't do it like that. So why did God do it this way? Why a stable? Why such poverty? Why so simple and so ordinary? And why do we find it so hard to fully believe that God would and did actually do it that way? Well, he tells us why. To teach us how to be ourselves, to be truly human beings. He pressed the reset, the reboot button again, to remind us, show us, plead with us how to behave, how to be a people, a community who care, look out and look after each other, to love one another properly. And over 2,000 years later, we are still learning. We're still getting it wrong and making so many mistakes and deciding for God who it is that deserves looking after, deserves our care, who it is that deserves our love, who it is that deserves to be saved. Why? Because we love power, we love force, we love control, being all-powerful. That's what impresses us, enthralls us, and we just can't get enough of it. Institutions, be it secular or ecclesial, thrive on having rules and regulations where they can control what's being said, what's being done, how to care for each other. But the birth of this tiny little baby began something completely new, revolutionary, but completely and totally rooted in Israel's salvation history. We prefer adjectives and descriptions of God that reflect our human idea and our obsession with power, force, control, perfection. We love describing God a strong, controlling, male orientated in its characterizations, putting things right by force and punishing those who do not do what they're supposed to. It's why in so many ways we have turned the events of Bethlehem into a nice, cosy little children's fairy tale. Safe, sentimental, the stuff of children's story, which we adults only connect with when there are children around. Christmas supposedly begins in November or sometimes earlier, because it makes us feel all soft and gooey inside. And Advent gets lost somewhere, except maybe for chocolate calendar, that means. But I still wonder as I wander. Who is God? And what is God trying to show us? What does God keep trying to tell us? And why are we so bad at listening? The shepherds with their sheep were told about the birth of the heavenly beings who sang Gloria in excelsis Deo, declaring that something wonderful has happened and that they must go and find out what it is. 3 strange, sophisticated and impressive-looking men come because they've been studying and been intrigued by signs and predictions and a significant star in the sky. They drop everything and follow that mysterious guiding light. Someone was about to enter into the universe and to bring about a new world order, a new way of living, a new way of being human. And the star took them to this shed, to this newborn baby. You've heard it all before, described in so many different ways, through many different lenses. But what still grabs you? What makes you stop and wonder as you wonder? What brings you in touch with life's meaning? The Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. How does that affect you? The birth of the Son of God as a human being into our world. Because in that moment, darkness is conquered by the power of light. Because love always conquers hate. Because God comes crashing into our lives and we can't ignore him, no matter how hard we may try. Because God has come to rescue the forsaken, the abandoned. This is the day when darkness is blasted out of existence because the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and thus true love is revealed. It reveals to us something new, something wonderful, something that inspires awe and yet is so simple, something that confuses our human minds and our human way of thinking. Because when you see a newborn baby for the first time, something happens to you, overwhelms you. It's otherworldly, an out-of-body experience that words can never fully capture. What will this life be? What will they become? And then as a parent or guardian, that terror of responsibility, that you are responsible for this new creation, this new life, so vulnerable, so dependent, so fragile. Then add to this tiny, vulnerable, insignificant, poor little baby who is the Son of God. Our Gospel on Christmas Day morning, the prologue of John, stops us from succeeding to box this mystery as a children's only story. Because this child, this Christ child, challenges our intelligent, challenges our scientific-minded, human, literate-based views of our world. Because love, real love, blows everything into smithereens. Because when someone shows you they care about you, holds you in their arms, when you are at your lowest ebb, you're most frightened, you're most vulnerable, God is breaking in and through that very moment. And that's what happened over 2,000 years ago. So on this blessed Christmas morn, Let us celebrate in joy, celebrate in song, lifting the roof up to the sky where the angels are singing Gloria and Gloria. Jesus Christ is born today for you, for me, for the world. The light has come, and that light can never be conquered or destroyed. The Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. May God bless you all. May God keep you safe. May the Lord protect and shelter you all. May the Lord show you his love this Christmas tide, and may you truly feel that love and never doubt it. May you always feel the presence of Christ, of the Christ child in your life, no matter what the future holds and the year ahead brings. And on behalf of all of us and the parish team, have a safe and blessed Christmas. And as you wander, may you wonder and give thanks to a God who is still teaching us how to put others first and how to care for each other and put love at the heart of our lives. God bless you all and happy Christmas.